All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the brothers out here spreading this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And this is not going to be anything long. It's not going to be a long video. It's basically just an update on how this digital system is going to be a reality very soon to most of the people that's on this earth, man. So it says government issued digital money moves closer to reality. And this is what we can expect. This is what the scriptures talk about. A digital system to where if you not in this system, you won't be able to buy or sell anything. And it says in January, this newsletter took a look at emerging ideas for state-backed digital money, speculating that a new breed of e-money was poised to take the center of the global stage. As we crossed the mid-year threshold, a slew of developments from the US, Europe, and the rest of the world showed that the future of state-backed money is starting to crystallize, which means it's starting to be something tangible now. It's going to be a reality soon. It's no longer being talked about. It's no longer going to be an idea that's just floating out there. Everybody's going to realize this is going to be something tangible, and it's going to be something real, and it's going to be in your face. You see? So there ain't going to be no more talk about it. And it says, and by and large, despite the many obstacles to these technically demanding and politically sensitive overhauls, the world's monetary authorities are demonstrating that they remain determined to move them forward. And this digital system is basically moving full steam ahead, man. It ain't no slowing down, ain't no stopping. They just waiting on the right circumstances, to bring this out. You see what I'm saying? And they gonna cause these circumstances. That way they have a reason to bring it out. Which is what the men of Great Millstone have been telling y'all for a while. And it says, here are 3 takeaways from the current state of play. Wholesale remains an easier sell. On Thursday, a New York Fed and its partners announced that a 3-month digital dollar pilot for global payments has shown promising results. And it says, this represented a notable spurt of progress in American monetary innovation, and it's no surprise it came on the wholesale side of the central bank digital currencies, which pertains to transactions between financial institutions. So they're gonna get all these financial institutions on board, all these banks, all these banks, and these large companies that people like to go to. All of them are gonna be on board with this. They're gonna get all of this in line first with their agenda, and then they're going to move on to trying to cause things to happen to get people involved in this system as well. Changing laws, updating things to where you have to use this system and things like that. But they're going to get all these companies and all these banks and things like that. They're going to get all of them involved first, and get them on the right path, and then they're going to start doing things to get people into this system. And it says up to now, the U.S. has lagged much of the rest of the world in CBDC development, in part because the stewards of the global reserve currency has less to gain from changes to the monetary status quo. But the U.S., America, Great Babylon, aka Great Babylon, they're going to have to do this too, because they're going to be the main ones wanting to do this, because the dollar is failing. Nobody's wanting to use the dollar anymore, so they're gonna have to, they got more motivation to bring this in and convert to digital system than anybody else, because they want to America wants to remain that top superpower over the rest of the earth. But now the dollar is failing, and all these other countries and things like that don't want to deal with it no more, because it's not backed by anything. So America is going to be, the main ones trying to, develop this system, far beyond what these other countries are doing, and that's what they're doing right now. It says, but it hasn't helped that the idea of CBDC has encountered populist opposition in the U.S., where opponents have speculated it could be used to impose a restrictive social credit system, like China is doing. And America is just going to take what it wants from all of these different places that already have this system set up, and they're going to use it for, their own agendas, which is going to be complete slavery. They're going to own all your assets. Everything that you own is basically going to become theirs, and they're going to have control over it, once you get into their system, because the way they made it is where you're going to have to get into their system to function in society. But if you get into the system, you're giving them authority over everything that you own, so it's evil, it's wicked, but this is how they got it set up, man. So either you give them access and give them control over everything you own, or you just be cast out of the system, cast out of society. That's how they got it set up. And it says even in Europe, which is well ahead of the US in its CBDC development, privacy concerns are providing a sticking point. When the European Commission unveiled draft CBDC legislation late last month, one commissioner felt compelled to declare to reporters this is not a Big Brother project. But such concerns are much more relevant to retail CBDCs, which are meant for use by individual citizens, leaving a path open for wholesale projects like the New York Feds. Geopolitics is driving tech developments. Last week, Russian state sources reported that the emerging BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa economies are planning to introduce a new gold-backed currency at the bloc's summit next month in South Africa. The reports contradict comments made last week by an executive at the BRICS Development Bank, Leslie, who told Bloomberg TV on Wednesday that a new shared BRICS currency remains a medium to long-term ambition. It's because they telling y'all a far-off date, but really these things gonna come earlier, man. They moving full speed ahead. Not only just America. It's gonna be this system is gonna be even more draconian and complete slavery over here in America. What I'm saying? But over in these other countries, man, they moving full steam ahead too. You see what I'm saying? And this whole world is ruled by Edomites. So wherever this system is set up, it's still going to be held. Everybody's still going to be tried. What I'm saying? Most people still going to take the MOTB when it's presented, which is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. That's going to be, all your information is going to be put on a chip in your hand, which people are using right now. You got a lot of people actually buying and selling with the MOTB right now, and it ain't even mainstream yet. It ain't even mandatory yet, because it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to get this, and if you don't, you asked out. You're gonna be cast out, out of society. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's about to happen, man. What I'm saying? Like I said, this was just an update, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring something out real quick. And this is Ephesians 6:11, and it says, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Because this is one of the wiles of the devils, man. This is one of the wiles of the devil. Basically forcing you into a system, so that they can have complete control over you, over your assets, everything that you own, your shit, your children. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have control over you. If you take these MOTB, the RFID microchip in your hand, or any other part of your body, like Revelation talks about, man. The mark of the beast. You ain't gonna be able to buy or sell without it. So what are you gonna do? This is why we have to put on the whole armor of God, so that we can stand in that day and be protected and be guided, so the Most High have a hedge over us and lead us to where we need to be able to survive these times that's coming up. These other people out here, they ain't gonna know what to do, man. And because they not gonna have faith, because they not gonna have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's supposed to keep us stable, they gonna give in, because they basically ain't gonna have no other option. They ain't gonna know anything. They ain't gonna know what they need to do to survive in that time. We know to call on the Father. We know to do our best so that when that time comes, He's gonna have favor on us, you know, and get us out of whatever jam that we find ourselves in. These other people, they ain't gonna have none of that. They ain't gonna have no faith. They ain't gonna know that it's gonna be an ending, you know, to this draconian thing they trying to push on us. You know, you ask them, they think it's gonna last forever. They think this is how the world is gonna be from now on. You know, they don't know that this system is gonna get destroyed, you know, after all of these prophecies start taking place, you know. So we have an end to look forward to, you know, and we're guided by fear to not bow down and take those things, because we know what's gonna happen if we do. So that's gonna put even more faith in us to see this thing to the end and not bow down, man. You know what I'm saying? These other people, they ain't gonna have that faith. They ain't gonna have that fear on them to not take that, because they have no idea what this is all about, man. You know, they're gonna be in darkness still. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, yeah, this was just an update, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, that great millstone, peace and blessing, hopefully, shalom.